Watch this story in full. Subscribe, comment and like my channel, Green Mythology, for mythology and history. Gateway 2, the captivating worlds of ancient myth. Now watch the story in full please. An exploration of the Pontianak in Malay folklore. The Pontianak, a terrifying figure deeply etched into the cultural landscape of Malaysia, Indonesia, and parts of Southeast Asia, embodies the tragic and vengeful spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. More than just a ghost story, the Pontianak serves as a potent symbol of societal anxieties surrounding death, childbirth, and the precarious position of women in traditional patriarchal structures. Her legend, whispered in hushed tones across generations, continues to evoke fear and fascination, shaping cultural practices and inspiring countless tales of horror. The genesis of terror, death in childbirth and the untethered spirit. The very origin of the Pontianak is steeped in tragedy. In traditional Malay society, childbirth was a perilous event, often occurring without modern medical intervention. The mortality rate for both mother and child was significantly higher, making it a period of immense vulnerability. When a woman died during or immediately after giving birth, particularly before the proper rituals and ceremonies could be performed, her spirit was believed to become restless and unable to find peace. The folklore posits that the trauma of a painful death, coupled with the unfulfilled potential of motherhood and the absence of proper spiritual rites, transforms the deceased woman into a vengeful entity. This untethered spirit, unable to move on to the afterlife, becomes a Pontianak, forever bound to the earthly realm by her tragic demise and the perceived injustice of her fate. The name, Pontianak, itself carries a chilling etymology. It is believed to be derived from the Malay words for woman who died in childbirth, or a combination of perempuan, woman, and mati anak, died in childbirth. This direct linguistic link underscores the central tragedy that fuels the Pontianak's existence. A beauty that conceals horror, the physical manifestations of the Pontianak. The Pontianak is often depicted as possessing a deceptive and alluring beauty, a stark contrast to the terror she embodies. She may appear as a stunningly attractive woman with long, flowing black hair, often adorned with fragrant frangipani flowers. Her skin is described as pale and luminous, and her eyes can be captivating, drawing unsuspecting victims into her deadly embrace. This initial facade of beauty is a crucial element of the Pontianak's modus operandi. It allows her to lure men, particularly those who are alone or vulnerable, into her trap. The allure plays on societal expectations of female beauty and the inherent attraction between genders, making her deception all the more effective. However, this beautiful exterior is merely a temporary guise. As the Pontianak reveals her true nature, her appearance transforms into something truly horrific. Her long hair may become wild and tangled, her fingernails grow into sharp talons, and her eyes can turn a terrifying shade of red or black. Some accounts describe her teeth as being long and pointed, capable of tearing flesh. One of the most distinctive and terrifying features of the Pontianak is the gaping hole in her back, said to be the wound that caused her death during childbirth. This gruesome detail serves as a constant reminder of her tragic past and the source of her vengeful rage. It is believed that this hole is also a point of vulnerability, and certain methods of defense target this specific area. The Wail of Doom, auditory harbingers of the Pontianak. The presence of a Pontianak is often heralded by distinctive auditory cues, most notably her chilling laughter. This is not a sound of joy or amusement but rather a blood-curdling shriek that can range from a soft, alluring giggle to a piercing, bone-chilling wail. The intensity and proximity of the laughter are often interpreted as indicators of the Pontianak's distance. A soft giggle suggests she is far away, while a loud, piercing shriek signifies her imminent presence. The Pontianak's cries are said to mimic the sound of a distressed infant, a cruel reminder of the child she lost and a lure for unsuspecting victims who might mistake it for a baby in need. This manipulation of sound adds another layer of psychological terror to her legend. Targets of vengeance: men, infants, and the vulnerable. While the Pontianak's rage stems from her tragic death in childbirth, her vengeance is not always directed solely at those responsible, if any specific individual can be identified. Her targets often include men, particularly those perceived as lustful or disrespectful towards women. The folklore can be interpreted as a cautionary tale against infidelity and the exploitation of women. Infants and young children are also believed to be vulnerable to the Pontianak's attacks. Some accounts suggest that she seeks to steal or harm newborns, perhaps driven by a twisted desire to replace the child she lost or out of pure malevolence. This aspect of the legend evokes primal fears surrounding the safety and well-being of children. Vulnerable individuals, such as those who are alone, lost in the forest, or weak in spirit, are also considered easy prey for the Pontianak. Her ability to manipulate appearances and sounds makes her a formidable predator in the dimly lit landscapes of the night. Habitats and hauntings. The domain of the Frangipani. The Pontianak is often associated with specific locations, particularly those that evoke a sense of isolation, decay, or natural beauty tinged with melancholy. Frangipani trees, Cambodia in Malay, are strongly linked to her presence. These trees, often planted in graveyards, with their fragrant white flowers, are believed to be dwelling places or markers of the Pontianak's territory. The sweet scent of the Frangipani, while often pleasant, can evoke a sense of unease and foreboding in those familiar with the folklore. Other locations associated with the Pontianak include old houses, abandoned buildings, dark forests, and lonely roads. These are places where the veil between the living and the spirit world is believed to be thin, making them conducive to supernatural manifestations. Defense and deterrence. Warding off the vengeful spirit. Over centuries, various methods and beliefs have evolved to protect against the Pontianak's malevolent influence. These countermeasures often draw upon traditional Malay beliefs about spirits, magic, and the power of certain objects and rituals. Iron objects. Iron is widely believed to ward off evil spirits in Malay folklore. Placing iron nails in the hair of a stillborn child or a woman who died in childbirth is a traditional practice to prevent her from becoming a Pontianak. Carrying iron objects, such as knives or nails, is also believed to offer protection. Sharp objects. Similar to iron, sharp objects like needles and scissors are thought to deter malevolent spirits. Placing these items near infants or pregnant women is a common protective measure. Religious incantations and prayers. Reciting verses from the Quran or other religious scriptures is considered a powerful way to ward off evil entities. Religious leaders and traditional healers are often sought for their ability to perform protective rituals and exorcisms. Specific plants and herbs. Certain plants and herbs, known for the protective properties, are used in traditional remedies and rituals. These may include specific types of roots, leaves, and flowers believed to repel evil spirits. Turning her over. One of the most specific and intriguing methods of neutralizing a Pontianak involves finding her and driving nails into the nape of her neck. This act is believed to sever her connection to the earthly realm and prevent her from harming others. Alternatively, some legends suggest that turning her body over will reveal her true, horrifying form and break her power. Avoiding solitude and vulnerable times. Being alone, especially at night or in isolated locations, is considered risky. Traveling in groups and avoiding places associated with the Pontianak are common precautions. Variations and regional differences. While the core characteristics of the Pontianak remain consistent across the Malay archipelago, regional variations and local interpretations exist. In some areas, she may be known by different names or possess slightly different attributes. For example, similar vampiric female spirits are found in other Southeast Asian cultures, such as the Kuntilanak in Indonesia, which shares many similarities with the Pontianak. These regional variations often reflect local beliefs, environmental factors, and specific historical events that have shaped the folklore over time. However, the underlying themes of tragic death, vengeful spirit, and the deceptive allure of beauty remain central to the legend. The Pontianak in modern culture. Despite the advancements of modern society and the decline in traditional beliefs, the Pontianak continues to hold a significant place in the popular culture of Malaysia and Indonesia. She is a recurring figure in horror literature, films, television shows, and video games. In modern interpretations, the Pontianak is often portrayed as a terrifying and relentless antagonist, embodying primal fears of the unknown and the supernatural. Filmmakers and writers have explored various aspects of her legend, from her tragic origins to her terrifying powers, often using her as a metaphor for societal anxieties or unresolved trauma. However, some modern interpretations also attempt to offer more nuanced portrayals of the Pontianak, exploring the tragedy of her past and questioning the simplistic categorization of her as purely evil. These narratives may delve into the societal factors that contributed to her fate and explore themes of injustice and the consequences of patriarchal structures. Beyond fear, the cultural significance of the Pontianak. The enduring appeal of the Pontianak legend lies not just in its ability to evoke fear but also in its cultural significance. The folklore serves several important functions within traditional Malay society. Cautionary tale. The Pontianak's story acts as a warning against disrespecting women, particularly during the vulnerable period of childbirth. It reinforces the importance of proper rituals and care for mothers and newborns. Explanation of the unexplained. In the absence of scientific understanding, the Pontianak legend provided an explanation for illnesses, misfortunes, and deaths that occurred under mysterious circumstances. Social control. The fear of the Pontianak may have served as a form of social control, discouraging individuals from venturing into dangerous or isolated areas, especially at night. Reflection of societal anxieties. The figure of the Pontianak embodies anxieties surrounding death, childbirth, female power, and the potential for the marginalized to seek revenge. Preservation of oral tradition. The telling and retelling of Pontianak stories has been a vital part of preserving oral tradition and transmitting cultural beliefs and values across generations. Conclusion. The enduring legacy of the whale. The Pontianak remains a potent and enduring figure in Malay folklore. Her tragic origins, terrifying appearance, and chilling wail continue to captivate and frighten audiences. More than just a ghost story, the legend of the Pontianak offers a glimpse into the traditional beliefs, societal anxieties, and cultural values of the Malay archipelago. While modern society may offer different explanations for the mysteries of life and death, the Pontianak's haunting presence in popular culture ensures that her story, and the fears she embodies, will continue to be whispered in the shadows for generations to come. Her wail, carried on the fragrant breeze of the frangipani, serves as a timeless reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of the vengeful spirit.